In this video, we are going to go over a very small contact analysis example. Now, there are hundreds of steps involved with setting up a contact analysis. Basically, I'm only going to show you how to modify two contact bodies. What I want to do is I want to see what the demand is. If this tutorial interests you, if there are enough engineers that find this tutorial interesting, then I'll take more time to build out a more complete tutorial. So what I'm going to do in this exercise is the following. I'm going to take this example that has already been pre-configured for me, and we're going to modify two contact bodies. So we have contact body here for the steel cylinder, and then a contact body here for the aluminum block. So I want to modify these contact bodies. So to do this, let's go ahead and import the bulk data file for this example. And the web apps that we are going to be using today, they are available at theengineeringlab.com. If you go to the link here at the top right hand corner, there's a free trial button. If you click this blue button at the top, fill out the form, and then you'll get access to these web applications. So here, let's go ahead and import this example. And let's go ahead and maybe recenter this. And let me turn off the loads and boundary conditions for now. And then there's this really odd graphics effect here. We know that there are element edges, but as soon as you look at this from a normal, the edges are gone. So what you want to do is maybe rotate a little, and then that will bring the edges back. So just keep that in mind if you're using the web app. Okay, so let's go to the pre-web app. Let's go to the B surface. So the B surface, that's going to be a part of your contact body. The full contact body is as follows. If you go to the BC body entry, this is where you're going to have pointers to that B surf. So here, BC body 1. So that'd be this first row. It's using the elements that have been chosen for B surf 2. The second contact body, that is pointing to B surf 3, which has different elements. So what do B surf 2, what do B surf 3 look like? What does BC body 1 and BC body 2 look like? So let's go ahead and jump back to BC surf. And let's go ahead and move this to the right. And let's go ahead and click the pick icon. Let's select 2D element here. And this is going to be our first contact body. Here, let's go ahead and click on the minus, the negative icon, the erase icon. And here I can go ahead and remove elements from the contact body. Now, why am I doing this? Well, I know that I should only be having contact here. So maybe I really don't need to even consider these other elements in the contact body. So here you can see that the pick sphere is really small. You can actually increase the size of this. So let's go ahead and try 10. So if this model was in millimeters, the radius of the picking sphere is now 10 millimeters. So here you can see I can remove more elements from this analysis. And let me do this. Let me just delete all of these elements and just have a few elements there. And then we'll do this for the next contact body. So here I've chosen this pick button here. Here in this column, I select 2D element, and let's zoom out a little. Now let me remove even more elements here. So let's go ahead and deselect all of these elements. And let's go ahead and maybe just have these elements selected here. And we're done. So this is a BC body 2, and then this is a BC body 1. So now here I'm making a purposeful mistake here. I know that the first few elements up to here are going to be in contact, but I want to demonstrate that we're actually making changes that are reflected in the deformations. So let's go ahead and close this, and let's go ahead and now jump to download. Let's go ahead and click that button and run immediately. So here what we're doing now, we're running Nastran, we're running this contact analysis. I don't know how quick this analysis takes, so maybe I'll pause the video. Oh, it seems it's already done. Okay, now whenever you look at contact analysis, you have to take into account the scale factor for the deformation. Here, it's always set to 10, which could be misleading for contact analysis. So what you want to use initially is a scale factor of 1. This is going to show you the actual deformations. And here we sort of have this problem now. Contact body 1 at the top, some of the nodes are penetrating contact body 2. And why is that? If you remember, I've only selected a few elements or a few elements that were part of the contact body. So this is these elements here that were part of the contact body. You can see that those nodes do not penetrate contact body 2. But these nodes are definitely penetrating that contact body. So here is before and then after. So you can see what the penetration looks like. That's bad. That means we misconfigured one of these contact bodies. So let's do this. Let's recall this. Let's move the contact body up to here. So let's do that. So we'll go to bsurf again. bsurf would be this entry here, and then let's go ahead and move this to the right. Pick icon 2D. Right. So let's expand this a little and let's not make that too big. Okay, so let's move this to the right a little. And let's rerun this. So we should see that more nodes are now no longer penetrating the second body. We'll see that in a moment in the deformation plot. So remember, this takes a little faster than I thought, so we'll just wait a moment. Okay, perfect. So you can see that more nodes are no longer penetrating. That means, or that's because we added more elements to the contact body. But just to be safe, let's add a few more elements to that contact body. So remember, I didn't really want to do a full-blown configuration because I honestly don't know if there are a lot of viewers who are interested in contact. So what I wanted to do with this example, I wanted to probe a little. I wanted to see if there are a lot of individuals who are interested in contact, and if they are, what kind of tutorials do you want to see regarding contact? Do you want the full beginning to end? Do you want to know how to mesh? That's the type of information I'm looking to get. So here you can see our newest deformations. We've added more elements, and we're sure that none of the elements are penetrating the second contact body. Here, I believe we can also look at the stresses that are involved. So here, I believe we're looking at, what are we looking at? I believe we're looking at nodal stresses. So each element is going to be outputting, each node at each element is going to be outputting a stress. So that's what we have here. And then I believe we get, here, let's turn on the maximum and minimum values. Right, so here where we apply the load, let's go ahead and turn on the load maybe. Let's increase the size of the load just so it's noticeable to us. Let's turn off the SPCs. Let's really increase that size. Okay, right. So here, since we applied the node at this one node, we expect a lot of our maximum values to be there, or minimum labels in this case. So that's what we have going on here. Okay then, so that's pretty much the end of this very simple tutorial. Again, I didn't want to configure every entry, the BC table, BC body. I wanted to start small. So here we only modified the B surface entry, which is part of the contact body. I wanted to see how many individuals out there are interested in contact. If there are a lot, good, then I'll go ahead and create some additional tutorials. So here I wanted to start small. So that's pretty much the end of the tutorial, and as always, thank you for watching.